Hey everyone, Dan here. Before we get into it, if you enjoy these videos, please hit the like and subscribe button and keep in mind that these are my own thoughts, opinions, and ideas. These are not meant to be, nor should you take them as investment or trading advice in any way, shape, or form. Do your own due diligence, put in the work for yourself, and make your decisions based on that. Enjoy. Alright folks, here we are just after market close on Monday, August 7th. We're going to take a look at Jumia today. So Jumia has been on a bit of an uptick from mid to high twos up to 4. It peaked at nearing the $5 mark. So quite a good run. The first thing that stands out to me is potentially an uptrend here. So let's take a look and put in a channel if it fits. And just to give you sort of the rundown of the video, we're gonna do some support and resistance, some trend lines here, and then we're going to flip over to ThinkOrSwim platform and take a look at some channel setups and some other indicators and just sort of see what things are looking like at the moment. So I would say this is a pretty solid channel here. Been in here since about late April and is nearing the bottom of the channel at the moment. Now, one thing that I would always say is channels inevitably break at some points, and it can be a very long time, but channels eventually break, and sometimes they break rather quickly. This has confirmed the top and the bottom twice. So, I feel good that this is trying to set up a channel. Could it fail on this attempt? Yeah, for sure. But to the extent to which it bounces off of there or sort of nears that level and then starts to retrace toward the center line, maybe there's additional channel to be played there. So that's one thing that certainly stands out. I'm going to zoom in on this sort of sad face that it made here and see what potential levels exist based on this. Here's a level that looks pretty solid to me around 395. Up here, see there's a level right about here, 427. Let's just keep alternating. Above, below, above, below. All right, here's a pretty good level, 368, 369. What's this looking like? I think we could do a little better. Yeah, maybe here. 453. I'm going to do one more below and one more above, just so that it doesn't get too cluttered. Let's see right about here, 356, 357. What's happening here? Okay, say right about here, 473-ish. Okay, so those are the near-in levels as far as I see them at the moment. We can come back if folks are interested, leave me a comment and add more levels as things progress, but those are the ones that I see at the moment, plus the channel. It's currently moving upward as far as I see it. Take a look at a couple of indicators here. We're going to look at RSI on the next chart. MACD, bearish crossover as you would imagine at the moment. Not much meaningful action on the histogram here. Blips sort of in either direction. So we'll see if anything takes additional shape there. The DMA, bearish crossover there as well. Nothing sort of super stimulating. It's sitting relatively high to where it's been previously. So it's interesting that it's sitting relatively high in the DMA while it's nearing the bottom of the channel. Sort of makes me wonder, is it going to catch it there or not? I don't know why the VWAP bands aren't working. Let's see if we can get just a quick look at the VWAP itself. There we go. Doesn't want to do it? Okay. Guess we don't have to. What about the clouds here? Ichimoku clouds. So quite a lot of space here above the cloud. So if it were to drop down and sort of use the cloud as support, certainly as days go on, that support will get higher and higher, but it would certainly break this up channel. So obviously not a given, but if it does want to trace back through, the other possibility is it's sort of moves relatively sideways, still sort of stays in the channel, and the cloud raises to meet it, or the cloud plays no part at all, of course. But those levels, quick recap here, or I guess I'll go from the bottom up: 356, 369, 395, 427, 453, 473. And then, of course, you have the up channel. So those are the levels as I see it at the moment. Now, flipping over to ThinkOrSwim. What's happening here? Okay. ThinkOrSwim giving me a hard time. So let's see what happens here. Oh, we're going to do this fun game. All right, I'll be right back, folks. All right, so I'm logged back in here, and through the magic of editing, you saw nothing, hopefully. Now, it's hard to see because it's relatively flat, and when this channel flattens out, ThinkOrSwim does not do a good job of adjusting the ratios to show it well. But it does appear that the candle from today is sitting about mid-range of the channel, which, you know, just sort of leaves the question, you know, is it headed any particular direction? I had this sort of not super symmetrical motion recently where this was nice, a nice, you know, upward push and then a nice drawdown, sort of like this was relatively symmetrical compared to this, but then it had this weird couple-day blip, and then now a few days sort of continuing to draw back down. So I'm interested to see if it sort of has any additional herky-jerky motion there, or if it sort of smoothens out. Now we do see it triggering here, and that's my question about, is there potentially a larger move coming with this couple of candles triggering? You know, when it fires like this, we look for potentially a pretty good move. It doesn't always happen, of course, but that was June 30th. So where's June 30th here, since it's just easier to see it over here? So that would have been triggering on this candle, and then it fired. So it went from about, say, 350, and then if we say that it went to 492 on that completion of that fire, that's a pretty good move percentage-wise, 350 to 492. So if there's another move like that, it could be going either direction, keep in mind. You know, that's sort of what I'm most interested in based on this TTM squeeze indicator. Does it just sort of like fake you out sometimes? Does it, you know, say that there's, that it's triggering, and then when it starts to fire, it kind of just goes sideways? Definitely. So it's not a magic bullet. Hopefully you're not expecting a magic bullet, but something to maybe keep in mind there. If anything interesting starts to happen in this channel, a seemingly large break one direction or the other, especially coupled with some volume, which we've seen some decent upticks in recently. RSI sitting relatively mid-range here, so nothing sort of preventing it from an RSI perspective from having a big movement one way or the other. All right, folks, I hope your trading week got off to a good start today and that you have a nice week ahead. And as always, I appreciate you watching, and I will see you in the next video.